Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today, if you could not possibly tell, I am in my posing bikini because we are going to practice our posing. And if you'd love for me to make a video that is a little bit more detailed than this one, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to help you guys out, but for now, we're just gonna keep a couple little simple tips for you to include into your posing that I think are very helpful. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that. If you do like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. As always, it really does help out my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And I just wanted to let you guys all know that we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Once we do hit those 2,000 subscribers, I am going to be doing another giveaway. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share this channel with your friends so that the faster we get there, the faster the prizes will come your way. All right, guys, I love you so much. Let's get started.
Lightning, this is what she came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. And everybody's watching her, but you're looking at you, you,
Alright, so something that I wanted to mention to you guys, if you're trying to learn your posing or you're ready to go up on stage, is don't take that waiting period for granted. So if you're right behind a girl waiting to be called up, whether you're on stage left or stage right, wherever it is, and you're behind the curtain, don't take that moment for granted and think that you're not being watched by the judges, because you absolutely are. Even if you can't see all of them, just be sure to be nice and confident, ready to go, as if you're already on stage. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that little walkthrough and kind of show you what I mean. So here is what not to do. You can tell I'm slouched over, just not really caring, not really excited. You want to be excited because you've worked so hard up to this point that you want to be sure to be nice and confident. Your chest is nice and raised up and you're ready to go. Almost as if you were holding your pose if you were right on stage. Regardless if you're on the sidelines or not, just act as if you were on stage already. So I'm nice and confident, and then I walk out. Alright, so another thing that I notice as well is when I'm coming out, I am keeping my eyes on the judges. I'm making that eye contact and showing them that I care about what they think about me, obviously because they're judging me, you know, and I want to make sure that I make that connection with them to show them hey, I'm here, I'm ready to go, and this is my best. Versus walking out and not really engaging with them, not making a connection, and just going straight to your marker. So if I were to show you both of those, this is what that would look like. So what not to do, not confident, Cat V gets called out. Okay, what you should do, Cat V gets called out. Notice the difference? My eye contact was towards the judges, or you guys. I was mindful of where my marker was, but I wanted to focus on the judges. My posture was nice and straight before I came out. I was ready to go. Versus the not so, what you shouldn't do is not confident, waiting whatever, it is what it is, and not really engaging with the judges, just checking out where your marker is and then turning the show on. All right, so that's something that you should think about, is focus on giving it your best, having fun out there, and you know, making that connection with the judges so they remember you, because you want them to know what your number is and you want them to place you in a great placement at the end of the day. So when you're practicing your posing, it is really essential for you to have some sort of suit, posing suit, something that mimics your competition suit. I am lucky enough to have this competition suit sent to me by Vicky Ross Fit, and it is a competition suit. So I get to practice in this and use a mirror to kind of see the angles that work best for me versus, you know, wearing a regular swimsuit that, you know, it's hard to see where the cuts are, where the connectors lay, and just like how to twist and see what really works for me personally. Also, something to know is that when you are practicing, practice as if you were on stage. I feel like a lot of girls just go ahead and practice their routine, kind of get like their foot placements down, and they know what they're gonna do. But when it comes down to show day, they haven't practiced smiling. Maybe they forget to smile. They haven't practiced, you know, showing confidence. And now they're in front of hundreds of people and their confidence goes down. So pretend every single time that you're practicing your posing that you are in front of those judges. There are hundreds of people watching you, and even though that sounds a little bit intimidating, I promise it'll make your show day experience so much better, and your placement will definitely be affected in a great way. So something that I also mentioned when I said knowing your angles, you want to make sure that your front pose, for example, is flattering to your body. Be mindful of your foot placement, your shoulders, how your body looks. Does it look symmetrical? Does it look off balance? These are the moments during your posing practice that you have to fix those little nuances. That way, when you get on stage, you have no worries of like wondering like, oh my God, does this look good? Does it not? When you practice, absolutely practice your posing in front of a mirror. However, when you do get a chance, definitely move away from the mirror just so that you feel comfortable without having to rely on that additional source to help you out. So let's kind of go through like front poses and, or at least my front pose that I do, and seeing what works and what doesn't work for me personally. So it might be different for you. What works for me might not work for you, or vice versa. So here is something, I'm gonna like stand towards the mirror just so I can have a better guidance to show you. So you never wanna stand straight on to the judges when you do your front pose. So if I'm here and I'm here, my legs are too wide. For me, it just doesn't look the best. It looks okay, but it doesn't look the best. I also don't want to stand right here because now I just look very blocky. And again, my legs are too wide. It just doesn't look appealing. And when you get on stage, everything is just gonna look bigger. So for me personally, I step to the side a little bit and I take a step back. And then I twist. So now you can see the small of my waist. I have a little bit more symmetry there. My shoulders aren't all the way back. I bring them forward a little bit so that you can see them. And they're nice and lined up with my hips, and my glutes are popping out a little bit here. So it just looks a little better versus right here. So here versus here, or even if I were to come back a little bit, here. If I go a little bit too far back, you start to see that my shoulder kind of starts hiding. So I have to be very mindful of that. So if I were to place my feet, they're just slightly outside of my shoulder width. So right here, so not exactly right here, just a little bit far out. All right. There are other people that do their front pose this way. So I have to kind of like fall into it. Here. So you kind of want to play with like what looks good on you. So if I were to do this for a pose, I kind of like have to make sure I twist so you can see my waist. I look symmetrical versus like being all the way out here. Like you naturally want to stand like this, but you want to bring your shoulders forward so it looks like you have a little bit more curve. So if I were to do that on the other side, wait, that's not the one. There we go. Or here. Probably not there actually. There we go. Alright, so hopefully you were able to tell like the things when you do your posing, what looks good, what doesn't look good. And like I said, what looks good on me is not going to look good on you, or it might look good on you, or vice versa. What looks good on you might not look good on me. So it is very important for you to practice, see what works, see what doesn't work. You want to make sure you accentuate your curves, make your waist look a little smaller, make your glutes pop, make your shoulders pop a little bit. That way you look symmetrical and you look great. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through my posing again so you can kind of see like an overview, and hopefully you enjoy it.
We go fast till they can't play. Who knows why it's gotta be this way? We say nothing more than we need. I say your place when we leave. Lightning, this is what she came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. And everybody's watching her, but you're looking at you, you, you.
Alright, so one last thing before we go, I wanted to mention is to hold your poses. You've worked so hard for weeks on end to just rush your posing. Imagine when you're on stage that someone is taking a picture. So you have to hold, somebody holds it, snaps a picture, 1, 2, 3, move on to your next pose, 1, 2, 3, move on to your next pose, and so on. You really want to focus on holding them slightly, that way it's not rushed, and if somebody is taking a picture, they can do that, and you will have these memories for you to have for the rest of your life. And also, it also gives the judges a little bit more perspective versus like, you know, they're looking down at their score sheet, they're looking up at you. If you're just rushing through it and not like, you know, really taking your time without, you know, overdoing it, it's gonna be a little harder for them to score you, or they might just like scribble. I don't know what judges do honestly, but it just gives them a chance to really focus on you. It's your time to shine, so make sure you know, take advantage of that stage time that you do have, because although you've worked for 12 plus weeks, whatever it is, you know, you only get like 1 minute or so or less on stage, so it's insane. So I'm just gonna go run that through one more time so you can really see me kind of touching on all the points that I made. Being ready, showing that confidence, knowing your angles, holding your poses, and just honestly having fun out there. So let's do it one last time. practice makes perfect, and I still have to work on my posing, especially my angles. So just make sure to practice, 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 because this is a time for you to really get your posing down packed before your show. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want something more specific or more of a step-by-step process to your front pose, transitions, back pose, please let me know down in the comments, and I'll be sure to go ahead and create something like that for you guys. All right, I love you guys so much. Be sure to subscribe if you are not already subscribed to my channel. And if you are interested in getting a posing suit or a competition suit, I do have a 10% discount for Vicky Ross Fit, and I will be sure to link that down in the description as well. I love you guys so much. Until next time, bye.